back to Building Momentum. I am Janera Mona Hampton, the founder and creator of Mona's Moments. And if you are joining us for the very first time, I want to say thank you so much and welcome to the family. And if you watched for the first time last month and are joining in again, I definitely want to extend a thank you to you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Momentum family, and I hope that you continue to tune in. So as we discussed last month, this vlog will be about, helping us to build in our lives, in our businesses, and to grow in general. And so often I hear from you guys, a lot of people, in my DMs asking about blogging, asking about content creating, asking about concept development. And so I thought that I'd go ahead and just give you one tool that is super important, and that is consistency. And this is something that can be applied to our daily life in general. I want to start off with the scripture, actually. Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." And that's just simply to encourage us to continue to do the good works in our life so that we will reap, knowing that we will reap the reward of our efforts if we're consistent and if we don't give up on what it is that we're working towards. So in anything that you're trying to do, a lot of times starting off isn't easy, but definitely being a content creator is not easy. A lot of times, because of the glitz and glam from what people see on social media, especially from those who are super successful in the millions of followers and the millions of views, they make it look easy. And, to be at a point where you have such a large following, that says that that person has put in quite a lot of work, and a lot of times started off years and years and years before doing other things and trying to get to that point. So I just want to let you guys know that a lot of times people think that the hard part is driving the content that they've created. I'm here to tell you that is not the most difficult part. Even with a large following, when you are trying to drive new content or a new product or something of that nature, a lot of times getting people to engage with you, to click on your links, to give you views, to participate in your activities such as giveaways. I mean, even free stuff can be difficult. A lot of times you'll notice that your friends, your families, they won't engage with you. And so it's figuring out how to get them to engage. And one way is for sure to continue to be consistent. Statistics show that it takes most blogs about 7 years to really take off. And in my opinion, I believe that it has a lot to do with early years being dedicated to growth. If we're not focused on the consistency of our blog, if we're not focused on, making sure that we're sticking to a certain pattern in the beginning, then it can absolutely delay the time frame in which we reach success or reach the goal in which we consider successful. And it is hard starting out to have a rhythm and have a pattern off jump when you don't really know what it is that you're trying to do. So I can attest to the fact that it does take time, and that's okay. But if you are able to find your rhythm early on, I would recommend sticking to that. As any experienced blogger will tell you, that the key to being successful in this business is to be consistent. And that's simply because it's important for your audience to know your rhythm and pattern and know when you'll be posting and know when you'll be sharing new content. Some people wonder why this is so important, especially when it's just social media or it's just a blog. Who really cares? People care. Your followers, the people who are drawn to your content, who decide that they're locked in, they are an audience member of your work, they care. Just like you care about the TV shows that you watch and the different articles and blogs that you read, you notice when things don't come on. You notice for the holidays when power goes off for a couple of weeks. That's really annoying, right? Because you have decided that you are joined into that content that's being shared with you. I know that on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays during football season, that most men in my life are not accessible because they are watching football. For myself, on Sundays at 8 p.m. during season 5 of Real Housewives of Potomac, I was home by 8, and if I wasn't home by 8, I was recording my show, and if I forgot to record my show, I was looking it up on demand because I knew that it came on Sunday at 8 p.m., and that is a show that I am a fan of and that I was going to watch. So just like we have those things that we're super into, our audience will respond to us the same way once we give them a pattern to stick to. And so even though it can be difficult to do this, it's super important. It helps you out at the end because the views and the new following, with them sharing their friend, oh, she comes on every Monday. And then that week, their friend chooses to go to your page or go to your website on that Monday and there's no new post or there's no new video, no new content, that then you've lost a new potential follower. So in the beginning, I had a really hard time with this, mainly because I just could not focus on being consistent when I was way too scattered with what the nature of my content was going to be. And so even once I figured out what the nature of my content was, I still believe that I was way too scattered in life, and I did not give myself a realistic goal for how my content will be produced. And that's also super important. I decided I was going to blog every single day, and I failed myself because I'm also a person who's working full-time. At the time in which this blog was created, I was in school full-time, and so there was just absolutely no way that I could actually blog every day and give quality content. So either I was feeling like a failure or my following was getting crap content, and that's just unnecessary. So something that's super also important with being consistent is making sure that you give yourself a schedule and a regimen that you're actually able to stick to, because crap content or just missing the mark with actually sharing the content, it does affect your views. And even when you get to a point where you have to adjust things, like for myself, I figured out around May of this year that 3 blogs a week gave me a certain amount of views, and it helped me. I figured out my formula, and I saw when I was consistent with the days, paying attention to the insights and the statistics on my blog page, I saw my views shoot up, my following shot up, my sales shot up, and which was amazing. But once I got to December and I decided that for personally, because I had more projects, I had to change my pattern. I saw a shake in December. I saw a shake, but you know what? Now that my following has adjusted to my new posting schedule, and I've shared with my following what my new posting schedule will be, my views have now picked back up and have actually increased from where they were before. So any breach from the routine and pattern established with your following, it will affect your views. But as long as you find it, don't get, shaky hearted. Get back into your flow. Simply, take it and get back in your flow, and also communicate with your followers what's going on. And that way they understand and they still have a chance to feel like they're a part of something. They don't feel like they're missing out, and they jump right back in on the flow with you as they see you continue to be consistent. They will continue to be consistent with their viewership as you are with sharing your content. So like I said before, it took me about 2 years to find my rhythm and be consistent. Personally, I do not believe that it has to take you this long, but if you are someone like myself where this is secondary to your life, you have a job, you have a family, you have other things going on, like I said before, give yourself a realistic schedule of how you can post, share, and create content, and stick to it. Stick to it. Stick to it. Stick to it. That's the best thing that you can do, is make sure you stick to it, okay? And like I said, share with your following if things have to change. So as I wrap up, I want to encourage you to stay focused on the prize. Being a content creator is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. And oftentimes it does not come with the instant success that people believe that they will have from the looks of social media. Work, time, and diligence and consistency are the keys to success in this business, okay? So like Galatians 6:9 said, let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Do not give up, stay consistent, stay focused, and you will reap in due time. Continue to collect, continue to create, and pollinate your world as you build momentum in your life and in your business. Have a blessed week.